I read an article by Axios, and it's pretty informative and ties directly to what we're doing here. So the headline is Gen Z and everyday investors are driving the future of wealth. So a new report by JP Morgan Chase Institute shows that as of early 2025, Gen Z and lower income individuals are investing in the stock market at record levels, 5 times more likely to put money into financial markets than they were just 10 years ago. So, as educated, slightly older than myself, people, yeah, so I'm 26, guys. What's your hot take?
It's just more. It's more accessible. I think the information is more. You can go and you can do it online. You can buy stock online, and then the information. There's so many podcasts.
Yep.
That makes the information palatable for Gen Zs. In my opinion, I think that's why it's like, oh, okay, it's no longer this secret, you know, society of how to invest. It's fun, and it's covered on. We're covering it on the news. These people are making millions. And so, just the same with influencers. People want to get rich quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I look at investing as a tool, and I always say this, like, specifically, especially for content creators and Gen Z. If you're creating content, like, this is your opportunity to actually own infrastructure. Because what this lines up with is the reason why I put out the call for even young content creators to invest in own fan base, because you got to understand how much these platforms are worth. You got to understand that ByteDance just saw the valuation of $330 billion, which is TikTok's parent company we talked about before. So it's a $330 billion company that a lot of young people around the world, content creators of all races, right, are contributing but don't have equity in. And again, that was the reason why I love equity crowdfunding for Fanbase, because again, it allows the user, right, to do that. And so when you think about content creators, you guys are tapped in more than anybody on the planet. Your influence is the number one influence in the world. So imagine having ownership and equity into a platform and then leveraging your influence to scale that platform to the next level and have equity. And then plus we monetize on the front end of the platform, allowing you to have subscribers and get tipped. And so I think that's important. Like, you can't miss an opportunity like this. Again, I'm as we get to this, like, almost middle point of what we're talking about, I want all young creators to go to Start Engine. Like, go to Start Engine right now. Go to startengine.com/fanbase. Look at it. The minimum to invest is $399. And again, I know you don't think that $399 is a lot and can give you a lot of return, but where Fanbase is as a company, we are young enough, we're pre-IPO, and we have the ability to scale a lot larger than all these companies that are already selling their stocks on the public market, and you can have equity and have ownership in it. So again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest. Every content creator should have equity in the platforms they use, and Fanbase is giving that opportunity right now.
So I want to take this time and just ask you guys a few questions, right? So what do you think the surge in Gen Z and lower income investing reveal about the democratization of wealth building in this country?
You got to start. Who wants to take that? Me?
Yeah, that's.
I think, again, wealth has always been something that is a secret, right? When I talk about investing, give you a prime example. I had this conversation yesterday, matter of fact, in an audio room, and everybody in the audio room was like, I hear what you're talking about, but you kind of have to dumb it down for us. When you use the word accredited investor, and they didn't understand. So they're basically saying, like, oh, you're saying that the entire time all these private companies have been around, rich people got together and made a law and said, unless you're rich enough, you can't invest in this company. And so all these years that the Microsofts, the IBMs, the Dells, the Googles, the Oracles of the world were already invested by rich people. So the Jobs Act, which is what we use to raise capital for Fanbase, takes away the accredited investor rule and wipes that out. And the number one reason that the accredited investor rule is always used all the time, and I repeat this again, is saying, oh, well, most people might not be sophisticated enough to invest. Oh, we don't want your aunt and uncle to blow their life savings on a bad investment. We don't want them to do that. But if that's the case, then why is the qualifier wealth? Why is the qualifier how much money you have? Just because you have money doesn't make you smart. Just because you have $1 million of a net worth minus your house doesn't make you smart. Just because you make $200,000 a year for 2 consecutive years, which is what qualifies you to be an accredited investor, doesn't make you smart. In fact, it's okay that your aunt and uncle or you can go to Vegas and throw your money on the crap table or play blackjack or poker, or you can go try to win the lottery today. But God forbid you invest in an early stage startup, pre-IPO, that can scale to hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. And now that opportunity exists, which is why I press so hard on, the democratization of investment, especially for young people. So that's why crypto is so popular. Because again, it's like I can get into crypto, something that you can jump in immediately, or investing in companies using equity crowdfunding. So take advantage of these opportunities to really be a part of things, especially, I don't know if you can control the price of crypto or not. But I know that if I'm a content creator that has 1 million followers, 2 million followers, and I take an equity position in a platform like Fanbase and bring my audience over there, that's automatically going to increase the value of investment. And that's the point in using that, is leveraging your reach, your influence to actually increase value in an asset that you own.
So I'm sorry, Miss Michelle.
No, well, I was just gonna, just to your point, again, it's more accessible. We see people who look like us teaching about investing. We've got, you look at Isaac, and then you look at, the guys from Earn Your Leisure, and so many other people who look like us. It's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. This is something that we can do. This is something that, I could learn about, and they're making it palatable for us to learn how to do it, for the young 17-year-old or the 18-year-old, or to learn how to do it. And then it's something that they can, work whatever job and then take $200, take $399, or take $50 and invest. So, it's not only for that secret society of wealthy white men.
So my last question on the subject is then, could ownership and platforms like Fanbase represent the next evolution of how Gen Z and everyday investors build long-term wealth?
Oh yeah, look, part of me says that they're going to not allow people to do this in the future. I don't understand. Like, part of me says, oh yeah, y'all not going to be able to do this again. So you're telling me that you can build a social media platform, allow all the content creators to have equity in it, then get on all the other social media platforms and talk about moving to this platform by telling everybody to download the app and use it, then now your app is worth 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, $1 billion just by doing something like that. And so your equity position in that company increases just by using your voice to increase the value of the asset you own. I'm like, it's really like a no-brainer. Like, again, like the power that people have, especially on social media and influence, and people that have a fan base, and people that have reach, to be able to have a conversation and say, look, that's why I say, look, we want people to download Fanbase and use the platform, but I always say, before you do, don't do it for me. Do it for yourself and invest.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just download Fanbase like, oh yeah, I'm just downloading Fanbase because we're downloading Fanbase. But there's an opportunity to invest too, because we see these headlines where people exit companies. We see these headlines like, so and so has just acquired such and such for $1 billion, or so and so has exited this company for $1 billion. Like, we see Ryan Reynolds. Like, again, when Ryan Reynolds exited Mint Mobile, and T-Mobile acquired that company for $1.35 billion, he made $300 million.
What was the stat that you had last week about Africa?
29% of Africa is, 60% of Africa is under the age of 29 years old. And that's crazy to me. That means Africa, even that opportunity, all those people of color that are going to be on social media platforms in the future, that infrastructure, that connectivity between America and Africa and Black people and us all being on the internet together, mm-hmm. That is a massive opportunity.
Opportunity for Fanbase.
100%.
Yeah.